Deep in the heart of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, there's a place locals won't go after sundown. A place with a reputation so chilling, it's earned a terrifying nickname. Officially, it's called Grandview Cemetery, but those who know its secrets call it the gates of hell. From the moment you pass through its iron gates, something feels deeply wrong. The air grows thick and heavy. The silence isn't peaceful. It's suffocating, as if the very ground is holding its breath, waiting. The headstones, weathered and worn, lean at odd angles, like tired old men with secrets they can no longer bear. This isn't just an old cemetery. It's a place with a palpable energy, a sense of being watched that clings to you like the humid Kentucky air. But it's not just the unsettling atmosphere that makes this place infamous. It's the stories, the things people have seen, heard, and what they swear has followed them home. One of the most persistent and terrifying legends is that of the Shadow Man. The story goes that if you're foolish enough to wander deep into the cemetery after midnight, a figure detaches itself from the darkness between the trees. It's described as a tall, imposing silhouette, completely devoid of features. No face, no clothes, just an inky black form with one horrifying detail. 2 burning red eyes that glow in the dark. It never speaks. It never rushes toward you. It just stands there, watching its presence, a cold weight on your soul. But the real terror begins when you decide to leave. The moment you turn your back, you hear the distinct, slow crunch of footsteps on dead leaves and grass, perfectly matching your own pace. No matter how fast you walk, or how many times you glance over your shoulder, it's always there, just out of sight, following you. Many who claim to have encountered the Shadow Man insist the ordeal does untend at the cemetery gates. They say it follows them all the way home, a lingering shadow in their peripheral vision for days, weeks, even months. Then there's the heartbreaking tale of the crying girl. She's often seen near an old, unmarked grave, a small figure kneeling in the grass. Her long, dark hair covers her face, and her soft, broken sobs drift across the graveyard on the wind. It's a sound that could break your heart. Naturally, some people, driven by compassion, try to approach her to offer help. But as they get closer, she simply vanishes, gone, as if she were never there. A moment of confused silence follows, and then you hear the sound of small, frantic footsteps running away from you, but from a different direction entirely. Some local legends whisper that the crying girl isn't a lost soul mourning her own grave. They believe she's a lure, a deceptive spirit sent to draw you deeper into the most ancient, dangerous parts of the cemetery, where the real entities wait. Her sorrow is a trap, and by following it, you're walking right into the heart of the darkness. Grandview Cemetery is also known for its phantom lights. Visitors have reported seeing strange, glowing orbs of light floating silently among the tombstones. They bob and weave through the ancient trees, sometimes pulsing with a soft, ethereal glow, other times darting quickly as if intelligent. These aren't just fireflies or flashlight beams. They seem to move with purpose. The legend says that if you dare to follow these lights, they will lead you to the oldest, most dilapidated section of the cemetery. Here, the stones are cracked, crumbling, and almost completely consumed by moss and time. Locals believe this is the final resting place of the so-called witches of Elizabethtown, women who were outcasts in their time and buried without proper rites. The lights, they say, are not just random spirits. They are guardians, ancient sentinels trying to warn the living to turn back before it's too late, before you stumble upon something you were never meant to find. But perhaps the most terrifying legend of all is tied to a massive, imposing stone monument located in the center of the cemetery. It has no name, but everyone knows it as the Devil's Monument. The story is a dare, a ritual passed down through generations of thrill-seekers. It's said that if you go to this monument at the stroke of midnight and knock on its cold, stone surface exactly 3 times, you will hear something from within, a faint scratching sound, like fingernails on stone, as if something buried deep beneath is trying to claw its way out. The legend doesn't end there. Those who have been brave or foolish enough to perform this ritual claim they were cursed. Their lives began to fall apart almost immediately. A string of terrible luck, inexplicable accidents, and horrifying vivid nightmares plagued them. In the most extreme versions of the story, some who knocked on the monument met a tragic end within a year. The monument, locals whisper, is not a tombstone. It's a seal, a doorway to something else. And if it ever breaks open, the entity trapped inside won't be content to just haunt the grounds of Grandview. Even seasoned paranormal investigators, people who have spent their lives in the world's most haunted locations, admit that Grandview is different. There's an active, almost hostile energy here that defies explanation. Their equipment consistently malfunctions in ways it never has before. Brand new batteries drain in minutes. High-tech cameras refuse to turn on. Audio recorders, when played back, are filled with disembodied whispers that sometimes say the investigators' names. And on rare, terrifying occasions, they capture blood-curdling screams from a source they can never locate. Those who visit at night speak of a constant, unnerving feeling of not being alone. They describe the sensation of unseen hands brushing against their skin, the feeling of cold spots in the warm night air, and the eerie sight of tree branches shifting and swaying when there is no wind. It's as if the entire cemetery is alive and aware of your presence. Grandview Cemetery isn't just a collection of old stories and haunted tales. It feels like a living, breathing entity, and some say it's hungry. So, if you ever find yourself on a quiet night in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and someone dares you to take a walk through Grandview Cemetery after dark, our advice is simple: don't. Because in this place, the shadows don't just watch from a distance, they follow. And once you've stepped through those gates and into the darkness, you may never truly walk out the same again. Thanks for joining us on this journey into one of Kentucky's most feared locations. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the world's most haunted places. Stay safe out there.